I'm Celeste, also known as the Kitchen Coach, and today I will be showcasing some of what's in season and some ideas on how to use it. When we shop in season, we save money and we also get a better flavor. Things are more tasty when they're in season, and they also have more nutrients, even more so when we can shop local. Today I would like to highlight 5 fruits and vegetables that are in season and delicious right now. Starting with fruits. Have you ever tried golden kiwis? They have a really soft outside shell, so you actually don't even need to peel them. You can eat the peel and the skin just like an apple. And they are so sweet, it almost tastes like jelly. You want to wait until they're soft and tender before eating, so not too hard but not too soft. And then that's when they're the sweetest. Studies show that these are very helpful for people that have sleep issues. So whether it's not being able to fall asleep until very late or being disrupted in the night, eating a kiwi about 2 hours before bed has shown to help with sleeping habits. Not only that, but they help with irritable bowel syndrome or constipation. So Dr. Michael Greger suggests eating 1 to 2 kiwis a day if you either struggle with constipation or sleep troubles, or both. Some ideas on what to do with kiwis is just eat them as is, or you can make kiwi sherbet. To make kiwi sherbet, you want to freeze 8 kiwis. So if you're using golden kiwis, you don't need to take off the peel, but if you're using green kiwis, I would peel them. So you want to freeze 8 kiwis and then blend with 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of lemon, 4 tablespoons of canned coconut milk, or any plant milk really would work here. And once you get that nice and smooth and blended up, you can enjoy it as is, like ice cream, or you can freeze it in a shallow pan and serve it later. It is delicious and super healthy. Immune boosting, something we all want right now. Another immune boosting fruit that's in season right now is citrus. There is so many different kinds of citrus. It's fun to explore. Have you ever tried a blood orange? I don't have any here, but there are like blood color in the middle and orange on the outside. They've got a delicious, tangy, sweet flavor. A lot different than something like a satsuma, which is similar to a mandarin, but that almost tastes like orange starburst. They are so delicious. Or you have something like cuties or a navel orange. So all of these have different flavors. A fun activity that you can do with either kids, family, or clients is get a variety of different citrus, even something like grapefruit and the citrus that I just talked about. And each person gets one little segment of an orange. And you all take about a minute to look at it, smell it, put it in your mouth, really taste it, and really slowing down enough to take in the sensation of the different flavors and textures and tang. And then move on to the next one. Something I didn't know is that you can peel a grapefruit just like an orange. I remember having to cut it in half and then cut all the segments. Just peel it and eat it as is. If you eat them in season, so in December, grapefruit are much sweeter than if you had tried them in summertime, let's say. So you want to really wait till a food is in season to give it a real shot and see if you like it. I found that out with grapefruit. I never liked it until I had it in season. Stock a bowl, a big fruit bowl full of little cuties right now or oranges, and make that be your habit for snacking instead of reaching for more processed sweet foods. If you have kids or clients with disabilities, peel the orange for them and give it to them, and they'll be so much more likely to eat it. And that's what's nice about these little cuties. They're very easy to peel. Pomegranates are bursting with antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. You can really tell this by the deep color it has. And we know that the more color, the deeper the color, the more nutritious it is for us. Studies show that this is helpful in protecting us against cancer. So it extinguishes free radicals in our bodies. Studies show that it's even more effective when you can mix something like pomegranate with dark leafy greens and sweet potatoes. The more variety you have in your diet, the better your body can handle harmful toxins and protect your immune system. The thing that stops most people from eating pomegranate is really peeling it and opening it. Let's cut to a clip of how exactly to open a pomegranate. peeled. You can sprinkle them on salads, oatmeal, banana and ice cream. They make a perfect sweet little crunchy topping on anything, just about. The last two ingredients I want to talk about today is kale and sweet potato. Let's start with kale. Kale is misunderstood, and I want to show you how to use it so you can enjoy it. Dark leafy greens have the most nutrients per calorie, so it's very important that we get these in our diet. I notice a big difference when I am getting in greens, how much my mood and my digestion is improved. The key with kale is to break it down. If I was to eat it right now like this, it would taste pretty bitter and it would be really tough to eat. You want to make it into bite-sized pieces. So when you take it off the stem, hold the stem up and pull down like this. Okay, I've got all of my kale off the stems. You can either compost these or you could save them in a bag in your freezer, and once you get the bag filled up with scraps like onion peels and scraps like this, you can make a vegetable stock. And once you get all the big leaves in your bowl, take scissors and cut them up. You could also just chop it with a knife too, but I find with salads this is really useful. Okay, so once you get your kale in the bowl and you have them all chopped up into nice bite-sized pieces, the key is breaking it down. So I really like to use my hands when I am dressing my salad, or especially kale, because you want to break it down. You want to be able to break down that fiber that's in the kale so it makes it easier to eat. When you do this with a dressing, like a vinaigrette, or in this case a salad dressing I made, it adds sweetness to the leaves. So when you break it down like this, it actually makes it easier to eat. So I made an avocado clementine dressing that is apple cider vinegar as the vinegar, and it is delicious. So everything that I make in this meal is going to be with the 5 ingredients that we use today. So to break down that kale salad, I'm going to put most of my dressing. We'll see if I need all of it or not. Usually at home I don't use gloves, but it's going to be more than me eating this salad. So see what I'm doing? I'm mixing up the dressing and mashing it into the greens. So I'm really helping break down the kale with that sauce and that dressing. This is going to make it easier to eat and taste delicious because there's a little bit of that sweetness in the dressing that counteracts the bitterness of the greens. So the more greens you can eat, the better it is for the blood flow in your body. It helps heal inflammation and really gives your body the antioxidants, the vitamins and minerals it needs to have a high immune system, to feel a good mood, have beautiful glowing skin. Last up is sweet potatoes. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I am obsessed with sweet potatoes. And for good reason. When you cook them right, they taste delicious, and they're also so good for us. We know one of the longest, healthiest living culture in the world, the people that live in Okinawa, Japan, eating the traditional diet, make about 70% of their diet of sweet potatoes. This is a Japanese sweet potato. I cut it open after baking it just to show you how delicious. That's all super sweet and creamy. It's not stringy like a normal sweet potato. It's just a really creamy flavor. So I like to bake a big sheet of them like once a week, so I don't have to fuss over and bake them every day or every couple days. So I will just set the oven at 400, line a baking sheet with parchment paper, and then wash a bunch of sweet potatoes and pop them in the oven and leave them in there for an hour, hour 10. The longer, sometimes the better, because the sweetness just comes out of those sweet potatoes. So you can clean or do whatever you have to do while those bake in the oven, and it's so worth it. Something I really enjoy to do with Japanese sweet potatoes is after they're cold and cooled down, I'll squeeze some lemon over it and eat it, and it's almost like cheesecake. It is so delicious. If you're short on time, you can always microwave a sweet potato, I think about 5 minutes, maybe a little longer depending on the strength of your microwave. Poke a few holes in them and you can do it that way. Otherwise, for this recipe, I made a roasted smoky sweet potato that is with soy sauce, little liquid smoke, little maple syrup, and some spices like cumin and coriander, which are also high in nutrients and helpful for our body. So I roasted those, and we're gonna put this on top of this salad. So we've got kale in here. We're gonna put some sweet potatoes on here. We've got these golden kiwis. Those are gonna be some sweet little chunks in here. And we've got our pomegranate. I didn't pre-break off all the kernels, so I'm just doing it as I go. Another thing that would be delicious on this salad would be pumpkin seeds. So there you had it. You learned a little bit about what's in season this month. So we've got citrus, kiwis, pomegranate, sweet potatoes, and kale. And we can actually make it all into a salad that is delicious. So that dressing is going to be linked in that recipe along with this video. So all it is avocado, clementine, a little Dijon mustard, a little maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper. Super simple, oil-free, and delicious. As always, I would love to hear how you're doing, how you're inspiring those around you to eat, or how you're trying to eat better. I would love to hear if you try this recipe or if you engage in the activity with the oranges and use all of your senses to taste one little segment of an orange at a time and tell me which flavor of the orange you like best. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep it colorful, keep it fiber rich.